Everybody, welcome to the Tuesday Night Live. Hanging out with Maine, smoking on some weed. What are you guys up to? What are you guys smoking out there?
What's happening, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good night. Hope everybody's grow off beans are growing well.
Oh, yeah.
Mine are up and out of the cocoa. Have been for, well, I don't know. I got, what the hell's today? Tuesday? Sunday. I didn't see them until Sunday, and they were up out of the cocoa once I planted them on the 1st. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for me, it took 3 days for mine to pop up, so I think a little longer.
Yeah, well, mine might have been 3 days. I just, I wasn't there to see it. You know what I mean? Here's Big Time, Big Terp. Everybody in chat.
We got this. Stop here.
Yeah. Just figured I'd pop in and say hello to everybody for a few minutes. I got lots. Indoor, what's happening? Jim Town.
There we go. Low background music.
Yeah. I actually started some of the other Wicked Genetics beans that I had too. I had another strain of some feminized beans. I started 2 of those. Those came up, plus my new autoflower came up. So I went 5 for 5.
Nice. That's awesome. 100% is always good to have.
Yeah, definitely. Heart of the South. How you doing, brother?
Heart, Julian. Yeah, Suki. I have a...
I don't remember what I just rolled. Oh, Georgia Pie. It's fucking good.
Hey, AG. Hope you're doing well. Indoor, Jim Town. Old guy. Yeah, I got that purple rhino coming down this weekend, so that will start. I'll be able to move out frosty trees pretty soon, so I have more room in that 3x3.
Nice. It's Wicked Cookies crossed with Wicked Gas. Hey, Coyote. Cheers, bro. That's what the grow off beans are. Wicked Cookies crossed with Wicked Gas.
Old school Coyote. Hope you guys are doing well.
When I think of it, I'll message him and say, I'll do it right now. If he has a name for it yet.
He could be very well waiting to see how the grow up goes and then naming it basically. Because that's kind of a cool concept to do. If he's into that, who knows? Got the this last weekend was the big one. It was the defoliation weekend on the 4x8 and the 2x2 at the same time.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll get some pictures up in a little bit after. Yeah, so everybody's beans are up. Everybody having good luck so far. Hey, Jim Town said 100% already when you asked.
Nice.
I think. Nice. Yeah, heart. That's awesome. Nice. You got another person that's got a good
mean, I can't expect anybody's. I've always had really good germination rate with Wicked. I don't know that I've not had any of his beans not germinate.
I had one hold off on me, but when I took a little peek in there to see if it was good, everything was good and fed well. I thought I saw a little green leaf coming up, so I'm pretty sure the second one's up now too.
Oh, nice.
So
maybe you planted it a little deeper.
We'll see how it works out, though. I'm only keeping one to go into the 2x2.
I'm only keeping one also. I got two up, but I'm only keeping one. Whichever one decides it wants to be the more aggressive one is the one I'm going to keep.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's kind of why I was thinking that. Because I'm looking at one that's already kind of like looking all right. And then the other one's just getting out. I'm like, you gotta catch it.
You got the space, so you never know what can happen. Could be the one that comes up and passes it here. And
that's very true.
I'll give them a few weeks because it's only in solo cup.
Oh yeah.
After that, no, get rid of the extras. Well, I'm done keeping extra plants around. I just what I need. That's it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. My the Tango mangoes are pretty much ready to move on to a bigger pot. But I only move them up to like a 6-inch hydro cup until I can see what they are because they're regulars. They're not feminized, so I want to make sure I have the two females before moving down to anything bigger.
I would be doing the same thing.
Would be awesome to eventually be able to just take these samples and send them in, but because sometimes you're waiting like 6-7 weeks to see.
That's not good.
Well, yeah, you have to take the plant for 6-7 weeks, right? Or sometimes you can see in 5. All depends on when the plants are going to start.
Oh yeah.
Right, or you can just take a leaf sample, send it in, and find out your results in less than a week.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice to see where big time, where that could be available at a decent cost.
No, definitely. I mean, I can see that because you're right. Unless you have them tested for sex, it's going to take you 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
we were just talking about that last night, Matt. Why haven't we came up with like a DNA like they would do as a pregnancy test? You know, fucking plus is a male, minus is a female, or something.
They can do it already. There's facilities you can send leaf.
Well, I'm saying facilities, but I mean, why haven't we figured it out so we could sell it? I mean, we'd be millionaires overnight. You could sell it
have some sort of
like a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
You know, one test per plant. You'd have to buy multiples, but you sell them at $10 a pop.
Have some solution that you put the leaf in and shake it, and it goes pink or it goes blue.
Why not? I mean, why hasn't someone tried to figure that out yet? I don't understand. We were just talking about
they have tried, and they just haven't been able to.
Right, right. I'm sure it's not the first time it's brought up. Yes. For sure.
Obviously, I don't know how they do it.
Right.
I'd be doing it. But
What's up, Gromies? So, Matt, I had the 2 tents over here to my left. The one was the DWC. The other one was the 3x3, right? So I get all crazy yesterday, and I decided to take both of them down and put up a 5x5, but I laid it sideways. And,
what, you laid the 5x5 sideways?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So quick question. These are white lights. They're 300 watts. I guess they would be 100 watts each. I can take them off of this rail. Would it hurt to put them down here underneath the canopy? Like, would that help anything?
Yeah, under lighting. Well, under lighting, they're still trying to figure out exactly how much it does help.
Right.
Because I'd be curious to know how much it helps as well. It's something I want to see.
There's no red lights. You know what I mean? It's just a 300 watt veg light. It's made by Fluence Bioengineering or something.
Fluence is a good company.
Yeah, I've had it for a while, and I've used it just to veg. So it's not even doing anything but lighting up this other side of the tent that has nothing in it. All the
What was your
plants are
question?
Well, using it as underlighting.
No, side lighting I would go with, but not under lighting.
right. So I could take these off the rails, individually, and I can lay them pretty much wherever I want.
Put them on the walls, right where your buds are.
That's probably what I'm going to try to do. But yeah, I took those down, man, threw everything in here. So I was able to spread the light out. I actually got 700 went all the way across.
Nice. You just gotta keep them low, and then you should be good to go for sure on that.
What are those two lights there on the left?
This one is a 200 watt Berea,
Uh-huh.
and this is a 100 watt fucking Amazon cheap light. But they have I can turn them up and down. They're both completely up there. Then I got the Mars Hydro.
Those all in flower right there, bro?
Yeah.
Have you done any readings to see what your par is or anything?
Excuse me?
Have you done any par readings or anything?
Yeah, I'm 700 across the whole canopy. I can go higher on this one. I can get this one up to 13. It's only halfway up. It's got the Mars 300 on it, or 200 or whatever it is. But yeah, since I put them all together like that, I could get it just evened out the par going across the tent here real good. If I turn the Mars off, then these ones drop. If I turn these ones off, then then the par drops over here. So it spread the light out a little bit better.
I just think you should sidelight those Fluence bars, if that's what you were interested in doing.
Yeah, that's definitely what I was wanting to do. I just didn't know if I could. And then, of course, my beans are doing good. They're coming up. Got a couple of them to see my grow box back there.
Oh, hold up. I'm sorry. I'll get you bigger than this.
These
Nice.
are Mr. Trichome's gifted me these clones when I had my problem with the mites.
You straight pure light?
He put me back in. No, the mites that I had, remember, I got rid of everything, Matt.
Yeah.
So this is all new stuff. I don't have anything that I used to have.
No, that's a good idea.
So yeah, I started all over.
No, I was asking, were those in straight pure light, like perlite?
No. So I watched Matt on iCan the other night, and he puts a cup of perlite on the top of all the plants just to kind of keep the medium moist. And he said it also helps with gnats and shit. Keeps the larvae and stuff out. So I tried it. It looks good.
Oh, wait. There you go.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to hurt anything or if it's going to help anything. But I think it's hurt much. Worst case scenario, I might get some green algae buildup on the top that you can see if I leave it in there too long, maybe.
Just make sure you have a good amount of air movement.
Right. Yeah, that's the room I'm going to grow the 420 in. So all that other stuff will get out of there when I get ready to flip the flower in there. I don't have a veg tent anymore. I tore them all down. Gone. I had to get rid of them all. I don't want nothing in here, Everything that I had then, it was gone.
So you said, you have to rebuild or buy more tents.
If I want to, yeah, like I said, I got the two little ones that I was growing, the 3x3 and the 2x4.
Yeah.
I was thinking of maybe laying the 2x4 down also and, vegging in there.
So I was just chatting with Wicked Genetics, and Looks like we're gonna let the winner, whoever wins this grow off, name the cross.
That's what I was gonna suggest when I heard you guys
Awesome.
talking about. Yeah, that's fucking slick,
That's really cool. That's awesome of him to do that.
right?
Yeah.
You know, mine's gonna have something with big time in it.
Hey, Mary. Hayes, what's up?
If I win, I hope.
Hey,
Good
dog.
luck to everybody. Good luck to everybody.
Cheers to anybody I may have missed in the chat while I was chatting with Wicked Genetic.
Oh, it's really cool of him to do that.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Like I said, I started this Gary Payton crossed with OG Kush, crossed with King's Kush Breath. Fems also. I got 2 of those started, so we'll see which one of them turns into the better one, and that's the one I'll keep.
Yeah, man.
I've always had really good luck with
Trying to
Wicked
get-
Genetic. I'm very happy to. I can't wait to see what we get.
Well, that's one of your staple things that you run in your garden.
I've ran them for quite a long time. Yeah.
You've always had really nice plants in your garden, so it can be cool seeing everybody try.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. I can't wait to see what you do with it.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Well, I'm also pushing it because I normally like going longer on the veg, so it's kind of a challenge for me too, which I'm into.
Yeah, I'm not. This isn't the way I usually do it either. I don't usually just do it freaking 6 weeks.
Hi, Mary.
We might as well push ourselves a little bit. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I know exactly the pot I'm going to use for it, though. I'm going to use my the air pot that I originally had for my short tent, which is only a 3 gallon, because it probably only needs a 3 gallon if I'm only going that long.
Right.
And so it's basically a 5 gallon, but it's a short one, so it can allow for a big, decent root size pretty off the bat.
Mm-hmm. I like your thinking. You know what I got to thinking about too, though? Is you can just take those bottoms and move them up in the pot. You don't even have to cut the pot down.
That's true. That's true.
I thought of that the other day when I was like, "Oh man, I don't really want to cut this down." And I'm like, "Dumbass, you don't have to cut it down. You just move the bottom up wherever you want."
Do you know
Yeah,
that
go underneath of it to hold it in one place.
I never thought of that, right? It's no big deal.
I would be saying so much better because you know how badly I need another 2 more air pots. So like I'm not leaving one in a 1 gallon until the other one gets harvested. That's what I have to wait for. I have to wait to harvest one, clean it right away to use it again, because with having only 4 of them, the other one's too big for the 1 gallon by the time it gets to that. Like I'm watering this thing every day and is already not liking it.
Yeah.
It needs more space.
So yeah, that's 100% confirmed. The winner will name the strain.
Busy crowd out there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wesley.
We got a pretty big storm today, boy. I hope my outside plants, I haven't even went out there to look at. I'm afraid to go look.
Right on.
I don't know why Mr. Tritones hasn't made it up here yet, man. He's really having a problem, Matt.
Yeah, he sent me something. Hey, man. He sent me.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right, man. still waiting for the pictures to load up. He sent me actually something on Messenger, I think. And it's actually really good because we got because I don't grow organically, so I can help if it's a light issue. I just don't see the pictures yet. However,
right,
when Wes comes up and he's just getting his stuff figured out on his devices, he'll be able to answer the organic questions pretty easily.
Well, I don't think it's organic that he's worried about. So since he's put that AC in his room, something's got his walls blown out. You know how his walls are all that white stuff. I forgot the name of it.
Oh, the calcium?
Not the walls of the room.
Yeah.
When he put his AC in, it's pulling it away from his walls, and he went from using no CO2, like he could go through a whole tank in a couple grows. He's replaced 2 in the last 2 weeks. Like he's losing CO2 real bad. So what he was doing is he had his CO2 up. So he turned his light up. He had his light running like 1200, 12 and a half. But his CO2 was fluctuating so much that he's thinking that maybe that was the problem, was the too much light, not enough CO2. You know what I mean?
If he was hitting it that hard, or he was hitting it super heavy and then it dipped, then it would cause that issue because unless he was running it at a proper level. If he was running it at the level where you don't need elevated CO2, so if he's running it like less than 900 ppfd, like 850 or less, then he wouldn't have had the issue. But if he's running it higher than that, then once he loses the CO2, he's going to lose the ability to go that high. And he's going to start to have light stress.
Well, yeah, and that's what he said. The tops of his plants are getting real light green, and and he don't know if it's nutrients because he does do organic, and he's never had a problem before. Until
this is where Wesley would help more out for that part.
There's too many variables with organic. Like, is it his first run? Reuse soil, new soil?
No, he always uses brand new soil and reamends it. He does his own thing every time. He doesn't reuse soil.
And it's earth boxes.
And they're earth boxes, yeah. So, like I said, the AC, he was running his CO2 about 1500. So since he did that, he put his light to about 1200, 1250.
Right.
But now that he put his AC in, for some reason he's losing. Like the room is exhausting, you know what I mean? He's losing fucking air or losing CO2. So I told him that we talked about it today. We pretty much came up with the fact that since he's losing the CO2, that he's probably burning the plant or, fucking it up with the light. His main question was if he decided to do away with the CO2, since he's already been growing it that way, is it going to hurt the plant to take the CO2 away and drop the light level?
No.
Not at all.
Like 900 par without CO2.
Right. So that's his biggest problem as far as I know right now. I'm sure he'll be on to talk about it more, but that's where we're at with that.
I have 2 things that are swirling around in my head with the earth box. Is that he might have kept the bottom too wet and it went anaerobic and got funky, and it'll also like lock out nitrogen. And
like he's probably got a good dozen grows under him, all organic. That's all he does is organic, and he follows Jeremy's recipe to the T. You know what I mean? His grow, other than this one, and when you guys see it, you'll notice how the difference in what happened, because his shit was looking real nice, and then overnight, it almost it almost looks bad. But like you said, it could be a lockout or something. But
it could be scary fusarium also. If that comes in heavy in a few hours, can take a plant down in 36 hours. From healthy to wilted. Right.
So that's, he'll be on. He's in the chat hollering help and everything.
I know. I saw that. That's why the link's up there. Come on. What's up? Because Wes is really good to be able to help you with the organic part of it. I'd say you back off your light if you're having issues where you think you're having issues with the overdoing it or dipping in your CO2. Just so if you do dip, it's not going to be dipping when you shouldn't be.
Right.
You're going to be dipping in a safer zone than at 1200 ppfd, where he's going to be sitting with the CO2 that he's been doing.
Right.
Yeah, if you're having nutrient deficiency, it's gonna blast open faster, pushing your plant that hard than trying to maybe ride it out and see if it does turn into a nitrogen deficiency.
Okay. Yeah, and it's only I think it's not only, it's just in one area also. So like, I don't understand, and you don't have more than one in a box. They're all in individual boxes.
Well, if it's an AC, the AC air could be blowing right on the plants and cooling the leaf surface down to 71. He might be running 80, but if there's cool AC air blowing on his leaf surface, it's going to be 70, maybe even cooler. Depend on how like aggressive you're trying to cool your room or what your AC is spitting out. It's like 65 that comes out of there.
Right.
So just to control the fins, the way the air is blowing, maybe you need to put like a piece of cardboard to blow the air up and over the canopy, and that would explain like a pocket, like if it's happening right under the AC or at the opposite end. Try to figure out like, is there an air problem?
Gotcha.
Nutrition problem. It's so hard to find like the pH or get a slurry test off of soil that's going to be accurate to tell you if you're like locked out from some kind of nutrient value. It's hard, man. Soil's hard just because there's so many variables.
Yo.
There he is.
Speak of the devil, huh?
Yeah, your ears
All
are
right.
ringing.
Let me break this down a little better for you about all the situations that's going on. So, running earth boxes, fresh Fox Farm, I recommend, like I always do. I've run these earth boxes, I don't know how many times. I've never had a nutrient issue. Not once. So, it's not like a overwatering. It's not like the water is all nasty. I do not water until that reservoir is dry. I do not add nothing in that reservoir besides plain water. So I had found out, I noticed my walls are puffing out really hardcore. And I tried to fix it.
You're breaking up a little.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound good.
All right. So
There you go.
the walls were puffing out, and my first CO2 tank lasted over a month with no problem. I added that AC, and then all of a sudden, I'm going through a CO2 tank in a week.
Is it a window unit or a split unit?
It's a portable AC unit.
Okay, 2 hose, right?
1 hose.
Okay, well it's the same as a window unit. It's sucking all your CO2 out of your room and blowing it out the back.
I thought so, man.
But here's the thing, though. I don't get that, because if it's sucking it out, that means what good would a portable AC be if you're sucking out the cold air it's putting in, so it just constantly runs? You know what I mean? It shouldn't be sucking out the air in the room. It should be blowing out the hot air off of the heat that comes from the refrigerant and exhaust it, right?
What you're
Portable ACs are the most inefficient AC you can have.
Right. I know.
Right.
I get it. That's what I was saying in the chat.
You literally pump hot air into the same room they're trying to cool. It's an absolute insane thing. I've had them. I tried them. I was like, what is? Yeah, no.
Right. And that's what it has to be also, and I get that, because there's no other way that I'd be running through the CO2 like I am.
You're also creating positive pressure with your tent blowing up.
Yes.
So that's like you're blowing air and it's seeping under cracks or where it can leak out. So the AC is creating more air, is what I think, and it's pushing the CO2
Where's walls?
along with sucking
Yep.
it out.
Yep, it makes sense. But here's the thing though, why I'm guessing because it's not nitrogen. The lower leaves, nitrogen usually starts at the bottom, correct?
Yeah.
It's not nitrogen. Like below, like towards the middle of the canopy is nice and green. More towards up higher. Now I was running 1200 ppms of CO2. And then my light level at like the highest point was about 13, but riding around 11 ppfd. And I don't know if since I started because it was fine, and then it seemed like I started losing that CO2 quick. I don't know if I wasn't giving it enough CO2 then. It wasn't keeping enough CO2, and the light was too intense.
What temps were you running before and after you put the AC in?
Shit. I was running about 84 to 85.
Okay.
And now I'm running about 80.
Okay. There's a big difference right there.
But my leaf surface temperature, it's not even 80. My leaf surface temperature, I checked that today with my gun, my little laser gun.
Probably 76.
Yeah, about 76, 77 average. Yep.
That's way too low.
Yeah, I need to get that temp up.
You're like trying to push your plants with the CO2, but they're not transpiring and doing it what they need to do because it's not warm enough. So I think that's where you're getting into your problem.
And you know what?
It's like spotty in your room, but
you know what? I think you're probably right because now that I'm really thinking about it since you mentioned that, I don't think I started seeing anything like that until I lowered them temperatures.
Right. Yep.
On top of that, AC, I had my AC in there, but it barely ran because, like, when I first pretty much started coming on here, Matt was telling me, like, dude, you don't want to be running over no like 87 and shit like that. Keep it around 85 or so or whatever. I believe he told me. So that's where I set it at to keep it at 85, and everything was great. And I don't know what made me turn it down. I think I turned it down because I was getting so freaking hot in there when I was working, and I guess I just left it.
Yeah,
there was really no other reason to turn it down. What's that?
I said, yeah, working at 84 degrees sucks.
Yeah, big time. So
Fahrenheit.
Yeah. So you think I should get my temps back up?
Yeah, try that. Bring it up and see what happens in a week.
75 to 80 isn't bad temps, but you have to start high in their cycle, and as they get older, you lower the temp.
Right. That's I usually do in the last about 2 weeks. I usually lower it, let them finesse off, but
last month or 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, shit.
We got a joker in the chat. Hey, real quick, Matt. So did you hear? He said he was running his CO2 at 12 and his lights at 12. I thought when you're running to do something like that, like your CO2 needs to be higher than your ppf. I thought that was the whole reason. Like, because you can stay right at the. No.
I mean, people just say rule of thumb is match your ppfd with your CO2, but I mean a plant. It's not 100% of the day, 100% of every moment that a plant is utilizing things.
Right.
So it like happens in pulses. So I don't think that like matching it is needed. Like you could rock 1500 ppfd with 800 CO2 and still crush the 3-pound mark on a light.
Okay.
You're playing with 15% with CO2. Like if you don't have everything dialed in, 15% isn't going to make a difference because you're losing it in every other place. So CO2 to me is like when you're really dialed in and you're trying to go for that, like the record, you want 4 a light, you're going to have everything dialed in with CO2, but I see it misused a lot. Yeah, you're like a drag racer in the red line on the track. That's what using CO2 with those parameters are. So the plant, anything wrong, the plant's just like hyper out of balance. It can't regroup, and it's gonna like start the whole nitrogen cycling all over again in a different way than having everything dialed and it's crushing. So
You know what, Wesley? This is all making sense.
Right? They get used to having that CO2, so they're using more food. And if you pull the CO2 away, they've got too much food, and that can cause problems too.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Then you got lockouts that happen in organic situations.
You know what? It makes sense, Wesley, because when I had it set at 85, I never had a problem with the CO2 because that AC didn't kick on too much. It rarely kicked on. It wasn't running like it was. I think
You having more drybacks too? Like I find when I got the AC rocking hard, my soil dries out a lot faster, and then you're not getting the demand on the nutrients.
Well, it always stays moist. When I lift up that, like I said, I wait till the reservoir goes empty.
Sorry.
And then
he's organic, Wes. Yeah, he's organic.
Well, sips is a totally different deal than even just organic pot.
Right.
Well, I water once the reservoir goes dry, and my top soil I have them covers on.
Yeah.
And whenever I lift those up, it's always nice and moist. So my soil it's as far as I know has never went dry.
Yeah. No, I was just going over things in my head.
Okay. I'm thinking it has to do with the temps.
Like, because I've seen it in my own garden where in the AC is pumping in the summer, my big pot, even my beds were drying out like 3 days faster.
Right.
But the sips, yeah, I love that with the top, with the cover, the rain cap. You know, those are recognized by the United Nations to use 1/4 the water in an arid desert climate. Like they did a bunch of tests, and it used 1/4 of the water to grow like 60% more yield than conventional farming.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, didn't know that. I knew they hold the moisture in, but I didn't know it was all that drastic.
Yeah, it's good, nice.
Huh.
Cheers, everybody that came into the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button.
Bubba.
Yeah, man.
Maine, what are you still growing any of those cuts that you had?
No.
Everything you ran through it?
Yep.
Anything that you wish you kept on the stable?
I wish I still had the Georgia pie, but that I didn't like the way it grew.
Nah, it was horrific.
And applause.
Really good weed, but I didn't like. Actually, that's what I smoked a minute ago. But yeah, I mean, it was all good. Don't get me wrong; it was all really good, but it's just most of it was way too stretchy for me.
Yeah, it was definitely on the tall side of everything. Even the lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lemon candy was probably my favorite, actually, out of all of them.
Yeah, that had the New York sour diesel in it.
I mean,
It's what everyone wants.
Here in the state. Just not in my fucking garden.
I mean,
You didn't like
sometimes
New York sour diesel?
What? No, this was a cross. It
was a sour New York sour to an Afghan, which pretty much just brought like candy and a little bit of purple to it. It was like all diesel, like earthy, sandalwood.
Oh yeah, no.
You know, like real chem, like it coated your mouth, but then it also like coated your mouth like candy, like real sweet, sugary, sour chem.
I kind of like the sweet though. I'm a sweet guy, so I probably would like it. I'm growing sour diesel right now, but it's just New York sour diesel. That's
You want some sour diesel, you got to throw an HPS up.
what's that?
You got to find someone who's created some new sour under LEDs, because if you're growing old sour under LEDs, you're never going to find sour. Like everybody that
I don't know,
talked to
man. My
says-
brother's been pheno.
Well, yeah, and you got to put in the work to find it, but a lot of the that old sour cut, it was selected under HPS. So it's not going to perform and taste and look the same and smell the same under LEDs. And everybody's chasing the sour that can't find it. It's because you're not growing it under HPS.
Yeah, look how big of a problem he's having, guys. It's just horrible. That's just so bad.
I mean, like everything lower. And when I get up here,
Right.
And
Are those different genetics?
yes.
Okay.
These ones.
That's even more telling for environment being an issue.
You said that's more telling that it's the environment, the issue.
Yeah, because one plant might be more like of a whore for magnesium, but it needs to be a certain temperature to assimilate.
Yeah, let's check these out. These are green and praying and healthy and just beautiful. No, not affected.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's crazy.
are they further away from the
From the
cold
light.
source or something?
The AC.
Or light?
Well, the AC is not even pointed towards the plants. It's actually pointed more towards these plants than these.
Weird.
Some plants, man, they're just weird.
Look hungry.
You put them over there, you flip
They,
them. Huh?
they do, and what's the intensity difference between the middle of that canopy to the other canopy that's healthy? Do you have a par meter?
Yeah, and I've had them the same.
They're the same. It's the same in the center of that to the other one.
Yeah, like
Shit.
I had them adjusted to where they were getting the average, the same average.
But I mean, is that the same as the ones in the corner that are green and healthy?
Oh yeah, they're the same. I'm rocking.
Oh, they
all
are the same. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
They are the
This
same
thing is intense.
But
This
that
thing-
plant right there is getting more light because of the reflective walls right next to it. I can tell you that right now.
It's a
Oh,
different
yeah.
spectrum too, so things aren't the same.
Yeah, that's right about that. Yeah, definitely right about that.
That would be one of the underlying things. Would be a spectrum difference. But if the intensity is the same and they're obviously looking different, then that would be.
Environment, and it's just a fussy plant.
But there's like 5 different there's 5 different genetics in that middle, and they're all doing the same thing.
Well, and how many are doing it? Only 2, right?
You've got Primate, 2B
That all
Blunt,
looks good.
and S. Joe, Sleepy Joe, OG or something like that.
Yeah,
So
primate.
that one that's doing it.
4 primate fuel, which hit the hardest. These are the ones that are really hit hard. The 2B blunts are still doing okay. The buds on these things ain't growing shit though compared to these, but
Right.
they're not so bad. The Pop Anonymous is getting way less par because it's just so much lower and littler of a plant, and it's looking beautiful, green and healthy. That thing's been more green than anything in here the whole run, and it's not like a nitrogen toxicity. There ain't no curling or anything. It's just nice healthy plant. And these 2, there's no issues with these whatsoever. Freaking beautiful.
Very
All right.
nice.
I got one more opinion.
Give it to me, please.
So each sip container has new soil.
Yeah,
It all has different soil because every bag is different.
right.
There's a ton of variance in pre-made soil, to where they might have, like, the hopper might have gotten caught open, and a bag or a batch before yours got 2 times what it should, and yours got nothing, or
Right.
you got 2 times, and
Right.
you're top dressing, and it threw the chemistry off, and it is locking things out.
That would suck.
Right. You know,
Throw it
shit.
clean up for the wind.
Because like when Wesley, when I put my transplants in here from Solo Cup, I top dress immediately. I don't even wait. I top dress and I give it a topping of compost. It gives them feeder roots something to build up into,
Right.
and it's always worked for me. I've never had this issue. That's why I was wondering if it had to do with the CO2, because I've never really run CO2. The last time I ran CO2, I might as well not have run it because I was just wasting money because I didn't have this room sealed, and it was just, I was running through tanks left and right, and I was like, screw that, it got too expensive.
Yeah.
And then I sealed this off, and everything was going good until that freaking AC. I guess I'm going to have to invest in me a mini split for this room.
Yeah, it's the way to go for sure. If you want it sealed.
Yeah, because before he put the AC in, it was completely sealed. It was more sealed for what he got.
This CO2 would not drop. I thought something was wrong with my damn meter because it wasn't dropping.
Well, also, when you bring in new soil and you top dress and you do the you get a nice compost layer with the mycelium mat in there, with as many earth boxes as you have, you'll create CO2 for the first 5 weeks. Like,
Really?
I had my room, it used to stay at like almost 3,000 ppm just with the beds off-gassing CO2 from decomposition. I would have to burp the room because it just stayed too high.
Nice. I did not know that.
That's good to know.
For sure. I'll tell you what though, man, those 2B blunts, they're not the buds are really small compared to everything else, but the fan leaves, I think I sent you a picture of it big time. The fan leaves are just coated. These big old fan leaves are coated in trikes.
And that was a week ago or more that you sent me the picture.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, I get trichomes on my fan leaves just about every time, but this is just insane. This camera can't show it.
How far in flower are you?
For as young as it is, he's only like 2.5 weeks.
I flipped the 10th.
Oh,
Day 24 or some shit.
Yeah, I flipped the 10th.
Yeah.
So,
AG wants to know, what do you do to reverse that?
You're right behind us, big time.
At this point, you got to ride it out. You got to fix the environment and see if that's, like, only do one thing. If he goes and starts messing with his soil and this and that, he'll never know if it's his soil mix or if it was his environment. So get the environment back up, see if the plant's kind of stabilized. If not, then it's something in the soil, fusarium, nutrient deficiency of some kind, overload, excess.
What's your temperatures at your house nowadays?
what's the temperature now?
But like, what is it like in your environment right now? Are you able to try it without the AC and see if going back to your way it used to grow, if it made a difference? Just take out the one change.
That's where I'm
our
at.
temps down here, Matt, are about 95 right now, all day.
What are you referring to? You're referring to my room, my environment in my room?
Yeah, like if you weren't running the AC right now,
Oh.
how hot would it be?
It'd probably get up. Well, since I turned my lights up, I don't know. But when I had them where they were at 50, it would get about 86, 87 in here.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It was
Yeah,
hard.
and that's why you told me I need to.
But you weren't venting it out either. You were only like he's in a sealed room. If he don't have the CO2 on, he still doesn't have it vented out. Like he doesn't have air coming in and out of the room at all. So if
Yeah,
he did
87
that,
still puts him around 84 to 85 leaf surface, which is perfect.
right? Oh, if
So
you
they
keep
were
it
just cruising. They were loving life.
Yeah. So I should get. That's what I did, Wesley. I turned my AC. I cranked it up so it wouldn't kick on until about 87, and that should give me about a leaf set surface temperature about 84, right? 84,
Yeah,
85.
87, you're usually like 3 to 4 degrees under what
Right,
your
right.
room is sitting at with LEDs.
Okay. Yeah, because I got a bunch of air movement. I got that fan, this fan, that fan, this fan. I got, so I got fans to keep it circulating so it don't get too hot, I guess.
and then all the fans underneath of it.
Oh, yeah, I got that fan for that fan for that. So, all right, I'm gonna do that. That's the only thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change my environment back to where it was. I don't know why the hell I changed it and it was going so good. Like I said, it had to be from when I was in here working. It was hotter than hell, and I turned it down some while I was working. I don't know.
I've been there.
Right.
I know when I did it, when I did this huge freaking strip and I was down here for 5-6 hours.
I did the same thing on the weekend. It's a pain.
Yeah, so.
But hey, thank you for sharing and being honest.
Oh, for sure, man. I ain't trying to hide nothing. Shit, I'm not no seasoned grower or anything like that. You know what I mean?
You gotta show the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, for sure. That's how you learn, right? I'm not gonna hide it and say everything's great. Screw that. You see, I did put up another trellis net. I had to put up a third one.
Yeah, he's looking for that weight.
I'm hoping I didn't screw that up.
Looks good though.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna hop off in the chat and eat my food and listen to y'all bullshit.
Later, Garden Strike.
Later, lovers.
Good luck.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, Bubba.
Hey, Julian.
Yeah.
You wanted to show your garden?
Yeah, guys. Hello. I'll flick my camera on.
What's up, Julian?
Hello, Julian. Welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah, Julian.
Hey, guys. I was just looking on my post post here where I'm at with everything because I finished my 8 email photos. That got to day 68 when I cut them down. And now they've been going 5 days in the tent curing. My Immortal is at day 30. I'm going to trade the Auto is at day 50. The Godzilla cookies. So day 52 for the big one. Day 34 for the smaller one. And then I'll run you through everything else. So get using full screen so I know what I'm doing. All right.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off of here. I'll probably be in the chat, but it was good seeing you, Matt.
You have a good night, man.
All right, brother. Later, everybody.
Later, man.
See you, Bubba.
House thinks there's a fire.
Go live on
See ya.
Friday.
Sounds good, buddy.
So this one here is the Godzilla.
Nice. Nice work.
Dude, sexy training.
Right. He does work pretty good at that for sure.
And this one here is the Immortal, my next one I did about a month after that, also 20 days after. So that's day 34 now, and I'm still doing the training on it. It's been a lot slower than this one, but I'm sure it's going to take off. The strain's from AQ Genetics, and it says 105-day flowering time, like growth time. So 105 days, that's a long time. And I've got my testers from Yield Source. Yield Source sent me my testers, and they're from Terpantula. I've got a sticker there.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And that's Ribby.
Yeah.
Ribby's the one that sent me those nanas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're running his nanners. Nice.
There's two there, and then there's the Tropical Burst from Copycats. That's the one I got off my mate JP from Yield Source, and then I'm trying to clone one of these buds from when I harvested, because it was like my unicorn out of the 8 phenos I created, like I bred. I tried to find my unicorn, that was it, but all my clones I had didn't take, so off the original cuttings, so I ended up having to make sure I left the whole plant, and you'll see it over here in the corner. I'm trying to re-veg it, and it's got some growth going.
Oh, nice. That's what you got going on in the back. Where did you? Do you have?
It's only 5 days in re-veg, so there's some new growth on it. So that's promising.
How many buds did you leave on it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 livestock.
Because that's where your growth is going to come from. It's not going to grow out of the stems. It's going to grow out of those.
Yeah, from the buds. Yeah, that's why I left the 5 bud sites. Yeah,
Nice.
And that's all new growth. Because I've already got a whole bud down here that I took off from the top when I was doing it. I was like, I'll make that one, see if that roots. Re-veg, the one I showed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing. I'm looking forward to growing these, the nanas. So my next photo run's going to be these. This Tropical Burst is what I'm entering in my winter cup that I got for ICANN.
Oh, nice. You're doing that. Nice.
Hey,
That's
So
pretty cool.
that's the
Hey,
one I'm
Julian,
going
is
to enter.
that auto right there that was giving you some trouble?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
I
looking
think
good.
it was my pH. It was my pH because
Looking
I started pHing and it's way better now. I've been pHing everything now, so I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it.
boy.
There you go. Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it. That's what I'm talking about. Look here.
So I've got bud drying everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, you had that just growing
I've
not too
got a
long ago.
whole 8 rack going.
Man.
Full.
Oh, yeah.
Goes all the way down and it's completely full. And that was all those plants I showed on stream. They did start, one plant started getting a bit fluffy towards the top, and that's why I was like, fuck it. I spoke to Levels on a live, and he's the one that advised me. He's like, just do it. I was waiting to see some ambers, trichomes, but I didn't get any. So it's like, fuck it. And I had some really big. Hey?
Some plants don't go amber.
Yeah, no, I figured that might just be it. Yeah, I had some really big buds from the tops. Since I put them in here, I don't know where they're gone. They've shrunk so much. And little buds pissed me off. But like,
Still not
Yeah.
bad looking bud.
You gotta make sure you rotate them in those because they do that. They get flat.
yeah,
Right.
There
yeah,
we
it's
go.
a lot
Flat.
of work.
Yeah.
I was just leaving them, like I didn't know what to do. It was my first time, so I was like, I'll leave them for a week and then I'll go in. I didn't want to I made sure they weren't touching each other because I didn't want to cause mold.
No, yeah, that's good.
And my unicorns, I hung the unicorn. This is the unicorn there, and there's some behind it. And this is one I took off before all this, so I've got to do that. That's why I'm in trim jail for the next day or so. I've got to do all
Julian,
that. Yeah.
the reason those are actually made like that, buddy, while they're zipped up, take it from the bottom and just kind of shake the shit out of it. It'll flip them. You do that a couple times a day.
Oh yeah.
So
I
they're
tried
not-
shaking them, they clumped when they were wet though, but now they're dry. I'm
You're
gonna
also
do that.
gonna knock trichomes off if you're doing that too aggressively.
Well, I don't mean
Yeah.
shake.
Yeah,
shake
so I'll
that.
go in and just twist them. That was probably the best, because I had 2 fans originally in here, and my ventilation sucking air out through the carbon filter. Well, I've turned the bottom fan off after the second day. I was like, fuck, maybe I don't even need that. You know, one fan's enough. It's like I needed them with the humidity up with like all those plants. But, you know, so I left one on and I've turned it right down to low. So, and it's the oscillating tower fan that's up the back in there.
Nice.
Yeah, and because I had that one on the ground down there.
Nice.
But anyways, guys, and this is so far it's like almost an ounce that I've trimmed, and like I said, I've got some more over here on the wall.
And that was your first time, right?
These are the ones. This here is from before all of this. I harvested this when I first spoke to you, Matt. Came on the stream and showed you, and I was like, this plant at front. I told you about my lights dropping. I was like, yeah, this one's pretty close anyway. So about 3 weeks ago, I decided to cut some tops up and taste it. And since then, a week after that, so this has like been in here drying. Before I had these done, I had that hanging in my bathroom in the you know, nice spot. And then I brought it in here 4-5 days ago or whatever. And so I'm ready to trim that. And it's all right, the smoke. I'll see if I can show you a bit. It's all right.
I want to trim.
Nice work, dude.
I've got to find the bigger buds. It's hard. Like, I don't know what it was. Because originally I had two 100-watt lights, and then I ended up with my 450 and the big square quantum power one I got, and that was when things kicked off. But that was like when it was already 2 weeks into flower.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Oh, yeah, we get close again.
So I definitely got to go back to saying, man, your flowers gets more dense the more power you run. Of course, you know what I mean. You're gonna get good quality smoke out of most lights, but if you want nice, dense, heavy buds, your 450 that you got now, you'll have a better grow on that. They'll be a lot more dense. You know, that's where you lost it all. They look big on the plant, and it's like, yeah, I can't wait. And then when they dry up, they're almost nothing.
Yeah, see, I had 450. I had that to flower them in, but I had to raise my light right up to the roof because they stretched in the beginning from having the two 100s. I had a best 1,000 watt, but I treated that like a 100 smaller light, you know. And then the 100 quantum power that I use in here, and they stretched and flower, and I was like, cool, maybe I'll get some good buds, and they look really good. But like I said, they fluff. One of them started like foxtailing fluff, like got like a circle. It grew like a circle. It was real weird. I've got a few of the polychrome buds or whatever, the ones that grow like a love heart, 2 nubs. I've got like 3 of them. So I don't know. I must have done something wrong. Obviously, my genetics weren't all sound like I thought they'd be. So
you're smoking.
It's all my medication, so yeah.
Right. I'll be right back, guys.
All right, guys. So I was just coming on to show everyone, and I'd rather watch, to be honest. So I'll jump off. It's been nice, everyone.
Good, Julian.
Thanks for showing, dude. It's looking great.
Oh yeah, look good, brother.
Yeah, I look forward to coming in next time. I'm going to move all this into my tent once they're grown. I'm going to pull this down for a while, clean it up, and then eventually I'm going to run the next light. When I do that, I'll come back on and show you all guys, okay?
And like he's saying, it's very true. Like running it for the same light from start to finish, you're going to notice a lot of difference than switching it up halfway through. You got a way better light. Now you can use it.
Well, see, this was my option. I was going to put my light back in there once I'm done drying and move them all under there and bring my light right down and just keep going through veg through that with my autos and all my photos I've started. And that way, start to finish. That's my next plan of attack.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'll be watching. Laters.
Have a good one.
Smoking on, Matt.
Oh, Jesus. Still got oh, Jesus. It's nice that the 2 cultivars were completely different.
Levels, I need to see that leaf strip at some point. I need to see the rebound from the leaf strip.
Oh, they died.
Stop.
It is dead. I fucked up.
How they bounce back, or or actually you telling the truth?
A story
Bad
tell.
news, y'all.
You took too much off?
What?
Bad news, what? Oh,
Bad
nice.
Oh, Matt hasn't seen
Yeah, they're
the
gone.
upgrade.
I haven't seen which upgrade.
Oh, so you trying to be quiet. He ain't said nothing to you.
So you're not a what? What big time?
I said, Matt must not have seen your new upgrade.
Oh, he's seen it.
Oh, okay. His new tent, the 32 by 32 he's got.
Oh yeah. I got a new tent set up.
Ah, look, he didn't know.
Where you at, Wes?
Cooking dinner.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Levels in this shit.
Got some length on those.
Yeah, I had to put the light up recently because of that one started to fry right under the light.
Yeah, I definitely did that to my purple rhino.
Oh yeah, buddy. Just enough leaf.
I already know it was. It might have been a little bit too much, but really though, I only took off the petioles, the purple petioles.
Yeah, it is. It's coming back in.
Yeah, it still has time to.
It was just an experiment. I've never done it before.
I
We're just learning.
yield numbers at the end.
Well, it's only been a week, dude. Just give it another week.
Only
They
been
come
a
back
week.
nice.
That looks real nice, Levels.
Thank y'all. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, other than overveg and having it all tall like this instead of an even canopy. Yeah,
And a ride in a U-Haul truck.
right.
Right.
That fucked them up too.
Doing that too.
We got some nice note sets though. Even though they're tall as fuck, even the short ones here.
Oh yeah.
No, it's stacked up nice.
And and as the time goes on, they'll fill it down the sides.
And so this technique is much less. You can go this aggressive with an assisted like synganic or synthetic run because you're augmenting nutrition like immediately to them, so they're not relying on the leaf and all the whole photosynthetic process to happen for everything. Like if you were to shoot that soil, I don't think it would be it wouldn't bounce back the same.
What's that?
Yeah, what's that, Levels? What's that?
It's a staircase to heaven.
What's that, Levels? What's that?
Here, we'll check out the 2x2s.
I'm nice here, 2i2.
That's
awesome.
that re-veg. That's his re-veg.
Yeah, that thing's a monster.
Yeah.
Has she grown? I think she's grown since I moved that fan out the way.
It's full.
I think she fucking spread out some.
Nice work, dude.
I think I'm gonna start re-vegging all my fucking flowers. Fuck.
Look how the shadow down there.
I mean, dude, if you were to train a plant for 3 months and top it, it'd be the same thing.
Yep.
That's
No,
all
no,
it is.
I'm
just
saying to keep a genetic. You know what I mean? He did that to keep the genetic itself, too.
Right. Yeah, I just want clones off this. This is just a mother.
Or don't flower that baby out. Cut the clones, let it bounce back.
I am. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll probably flower in here. Well, I don't know about flower in here. I might flower in there. I can't flower in there. That's a suicide mission. I might
It's
just
fun.
cut clone and get rid of her.
You put a scrog on it right now, it won't grow much. I mean, you could scrog them all down.
Yeah, you crazy.
No, I'm not.
I only got a foot of room, and the light can only go up to about right there, and that's it. So, where? I'm not. I wouldn't do it. She's just chilling right now. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I got in to fully my plants on the weekend as well.
Oh shit! The bitch
That's
full.
That's before. Yeah, no shit. 'Cause I was gonna say there ain't nothing off of that.
No, that's off.
Oh, you
This
don't.
was
You don't.
before. That was a week before. This was done
Gotcha.
because, as you see, I still have the density, but I still have all my colas throughout. I didn't want to take off anything that was attached to the bud sites, only on the branches.
Gotcha.
Very nice.
See how in here.
Very nice.
And then the 2x2, which is gonna fill in a lot more than I thought it was going to. I'll show you this the week before, and then actually after I did it. So this was 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, and then this was me after I stripped it out.
Okay. I see it more there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, those fucking things are just stacked on top of each other. That's what my grape juice cocktail looked like outside. I'm gonna end up getting bud rot or something. I'm probably, you know what I mean, or mold or something.
I got a fan at the top blowing here, and I got a fan at the bottom blowing here, and I had the exhaust, of course.
Right.
But
Yeah,
they're
I mean, those are
stacked,
gonna get big. Yeah, no shit. You ain't gonna tell. That's all the way up to stock, buddy. That's for fucking.
And this is day 21 of flower.
A half long.
And it's day 21 of flower.
Very nice.
That day 21 of flower.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well,
And that's the 2x2.
What up, CC?
That's the same 2x2 that I'm gonna run the Wicked Genetics in, because this is gonna finish on the right on time. That I could just dry it somewhere else, reset the tent, and bring that Wicked Genetics punch in to take off from there.
You're flowering in a 2x2?
Yeah. I flower in a 2x2, I flower in a 2x4, and I flower in a 4x8. And then I veg in a 3x3.
I mean, I guess you can flower in 2x2. You just have to not.
And I have a small propagation. And I have the small, like, 1.5 foot by 3 foot propagation tent. If I need the extra space, I just bring that out. And I have an HLG 65 for that.
I like Big Tom's idea. Hit it on his side like that. What up, Bob?
Yeah.
That's fucking clutch.
I'm gonna do that probably tomorrow. I'm gonna take that light bar down and put them on the sides, like we were talking about. I'm gonna go 2 across the back, or 1 across the back and 1 across each side. See how good that works. I don't know how I'm gonna know. How are we gonna know, Matt? How are we gonna know?
For what?
Like whether or not it's doing any good. Like as far as producing anything better, or, you know, bigger, better, as far as putting the lights on the sides.
Oh, you'd start to see.
I'd have to run a couple.
Well, you'd start to see thicker development. You'd start to see the same development you see on the top and the side because the light's hitting the side too. You know, like how you have the fully mature buds that are on the tops, and then on the sides you have the fully mature, and then it slowly starts to go more green and more like it starts to green out. We have reduction of that, and throughout that side of the canopy, just like you have down the top. So you have around your canopy, you would have the same maturity of the buds.
We'll try
and density. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's what they're getting. The results are in with underlighting. They're using it. They're not pruning, and they're getting full, the same quality. They're testing the same potency. They're looking the same. They're not bleached out. Underlighting, it's worth it.
He's thinking about for the side of the canopy,
which is I mean,
yeah.
I got a question, Big Tom. On the 5x5 on the side, how are you hanging your lights? Because there's no poles. You made a pole?
It's 5x5, so the poles that go across the top still go across this way too.
I'm tripping up on it.
No, you're good, Bubba. You're good. Yeah, no. It ended up coming with 3 bars, so I got 3 bars going across the top. You know what I mean? Yeah, it worked out good. I did it with the 4x4 too levels. That's what made me decide to do it, because my ceilings are only 67 inches tall. So when I get a regular size tent, I had to cut off 2.5 inches of the side bars in order to put the tent in straight. So doing that, when my exhaust and stuff kicked on, it made the fucking tent suck in so far.
Yeah, right. Bubble in or bubble
So
out.
I gave up. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that and keep ruining tents. You know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck it, I'll lay it down. It's not hurting anything. Especially the 5x5. Now I got 5 foot of space. There's nothing I can't grow in there. You know what I mean? I could fucking fill that up like Matt's 4x8 and just go nuts.
How tall is it?
I hope that's my. Yeah, you're right.
How tall is it? Is it 7 feet or 7.5 feet, or how tall?
It's 80 inches long and 5 foot tall and 5 foot wide.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I was wondering what the height of the actual tent was, which is now your length.
Yep. 80 inches.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. And then, I'm only 5'7", so I can walk right into this fucking. I'm just walking around and shit. Just got to duck a little bit. I don't have to do anything but put my head down.
Well, yeah, as long as you just utilize you're probably utilize scrogging, of course, right?
Well, once I fill it up, right now I only got plants across the back, so I'm gonna go ahead and just let them go. They're already, like a 21
LST down. I've seen it.
Yeah.
But when you want to fill it up, I would definitely use the scrog technique to keep yourself out of a headache.
Right. And you know what? I'm gonna hang the Mars Hydro FC 8000 and the HLG Blackbird in there.
Nice.
So I'm gonna have both of those lights in there. So that's like almost 15. Yeah, it's 1,500 watts. I'll have in that one tent.
Nice. That's awesome. That's a good setup.
Right. I hope it works. I mean, that's gonna be my next grow. That's gonna be the next fucking big grow.
Nice. Yeah.
Like maybe 8-9 plants. I can't wait as long as you. I can't wait 60 something days before I throw it into flower because it'd be too tall. Unless I train it like you do, I might have to go back and watch some more videos.
Yeah, well,
for sure, because you got it. You're already at a canopy before you even put it under your scrog. Like your shit's already sitting there. You just gotta. You just gotta wait to see what the.
As soon as I flip my plant, the minute that I put my 4x8 into flower, I'm popping my seeds for the next run. So, and then I run my plants for 70 days, and then I dry for 10 to 14 days. So, my tent is being used for 80 to 84 days. I have 80 days to veg a plant, 2 plants,
Right.
in another tent, get them as big as fucking as possible as I can. So when those are done, all I have to do is reset it, clean it all out, put the new plants in, throw in a scrog, veg it for 2 weeks, and I'm already in flower again. So
Right.
it's not, so it's never down. And it comes down to timing.
No squeaky tin man over here.
It's been like that nonstop for like I would do the perpetual thing for like 5 years straight of that.
There you go, Matt.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice. That's nicely spread out.
Right.
That's one plant in a 4x4.
And you're using the right size netting, so that's perfect.
3-inch holes.
No
You're
grow
right.
right there. GWC for the win.
6-inch holes isn't going to get you anywhere.
No, that's not a DWC levels. That's that bottom feed. That's a 5-gallon bucket that I water from the bottom. That's not a DWC, buddy. That's a
I'm
bottom.
lost.
bottom. So
So it
listen,
looks like a DWC bucket, but it's a bottom feed, is what you're saying.
It's a butt chugging cocoa.
no, you didn't see the bucket. You must not have saw it. It's a pot. It's this
You
right
showed me
here.
a pot last night with a screen and all that.
No, you see. Oh, hold on. I got to get my camera back on. So we need to hit on that discussion like we were talking about.
Not really, bro.
I can't actually pinpoint it, and I don't know if
You don't saturate a saturated. You don't water a saturated pot ever. If
No,
it's
I didn't-
saturated, why would you water it?
Cocoa, you can.
Yeah, that's what we were.
We're not
I
Hey,
doing
Wes.
that.
What would a symptom of low CO2 be in your plants? Just slow growth? Like, I'm trying to think of what a symptom of depleted CO2 would look like, besides just slow growth and everything else.
And I mean, it's carbon. So, yeah, it's the money for the nutrient exchange. So things would just happen a lot slower.
Kind of
Less
similar to what
yield,
cold
less
temperatures,
moisture,
right?
Less biomass. Yeah. Yeah, I've even seen plants just start to yellow out just because, like, they can't.
So what I have here
You can't
is a
synthesize properly.
5-gallon pot, Matt. Right? And there's a little bottom that goes on, and this bottom holds 1.25 gallons of water. There's holes in the bottom of this, so it makes it like a wicking system, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like earth box or whatever. That's all that is. It's a 5-gallon plastic pot. That's what that big plant's growing in, and that's how I water it, levels from the bottom. But
You
I
have
also,
a DWC?
yeah, that's in this other tent. That's in the 5x5. This is the 4x4,
That's why I'm confused. I got you.
right?
I got you. I'm thinking that was the DWC.
But, Matt, what I was talking to Levels about last night is I've seen people start watering their fabric pots from the bottom because they said normally if you let your pot go to a dry off at all, it's almost impossible to get it watered back in correctly. So what they're doing is they're bottom water, and they'll feed it from the bottom. They'll let the basket suck up all the water. They'll feed it again until it stops taking the water up, and then they won't feed it anymore. And I was just explaining Levels,
Just
kind
use
of
a wetting
thinking,
agent.
what's that?
Just use a wetting agent and just water it from the top down. Like, a lot of people, when they say it doesn't go up properly, is because they're just watering too fast. As soon as you start watering too fast, it will start making channels on the side, and then you're screwed. And then you gotta wait until it dries out again to try again.
Right. No, I understand that. I understand that. But if you got a grow room and you're, watering 30, 20 plants, say, you can't sit 20 minutes, 25 minutes on a plant. So if the watering from the bottom is just making, just making sure it's, I was just saying it works. That's what I was just kind of saying that it does. It's a work, but he was thinking maybe it'll get root rot.
The wicking system totally works. It's a good way, and it's also it kind of uses water well. It needs it. It's using a wicking system because it's still wicking it up through the roots and through the media that is sitting inside the
right. And then once it stops soaking the water up, then you make sure you empty whatever's left, and then it's not sitting there like so it doesn't have a problem getting root rot. That's what I was trying to say, Levels. That was my point. It's not a bad idea. You use a pot. And what I was saying is he goes to work all day long. He only gets to water once. Like he gets a lot. His soil dries out. He said he goes 3-4 days without watering. He's in flower right now. I go 2 days and I'm watering 2.5 gallons every 2 days.
I have a completely all over the place. I got one tent that does waters twice a day, and I got one that I have to make sure I'm there every second day. Or if that one day where I have to go 3 days, I still have to do a double up, or the other one won't make it, and the other one your tape can go all the way. So everyone is different.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
Here, I'm trying to do every day, and it's already getting too dry because the medium it needs a bigger pot size.
Yeah. See, I started with as they get further along in flower, your drawback shortens.
It's just matter. A lot of times, it's the root volume.
Natural, Mother Nature. That's it. And you're supposed to water 25-30% of your pot size, right?
You broke up a little.
I didn't catch that.
You're supposed to water 25 to 30% of your pot size, right?
I always kind of use the 25% just because it's like a quart to a gallon, right? It ends up being whatever it takes to get to the point that you're just if it's water, if you're just watering in organics, to the point that you're starting to drip through. If you're doing hydroponics, I'm making sure that I'm allowing 10% to drip through the bottom. So it does range depending on what you're doing. But if I'm doing organics, I'm not going to try to water to the point of more than needing to drip through, because you're going to start losing the nutrients that you want in there for your plant.
Yes.
Whereas in hydroponics, you're trying to push that 10% out, because you're trying to push out an imbalanced nutrient. You want to make sure you have a balanced nutrient in the actual root zone. Yes.
So listen, if you let your root zone, you let your whole pot go to a dry mat, and like you said, it's if you've got a 5-gallon pot and you're watering 1.25 gallons every day or every time it needs water, if you let it go to a dry back, if you put 1.5 gallons or a quart in, that's not fucking saturating your soil anymore. No. 1.5 gallons is not going to saturate your soil, no matter how slow you water it. Right? I mean, seriously.
I mean, field capacity is what the soil can hold, maximum moisture. If it's completely depleted of that, it's going to take that to do it. If it can hold 10 gallons of water and you're putting 1.5 gallons, you're never going to moisturize the top of your pot.
Not even close. Not even. And that's why I said.
Well, you don't put 10 gallons of water in a 5-gallon pot either, though.
No.
Well, yeah.
But 25% if you keep it saturated. But if you let it dry all the way out, you have to put more than that.
I tried a mixture, Fall Dog. I tried a mixture of cocoa and ocean forest back in the day.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Cocoa's nice in the peat because it helps break that hydrophobic repellent of water.
Right. Yep. That's exactly what I did. I mixed mine on my new run.
Later,
it's peat
have a blessed night, brother.
And ocean.
Ensure that you're watering correctly for the medium that you're using as well.
Right. For sure.
Everything is a little different.
Well, I mean, it's just not. It wasn't a right or wrong thing. It's something you can do. It's not something that's going to hurt you. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. So everything, just one thing don't work regardless. It's like you can't say, oh, this is the way I do it because this is the way it works, and everything else is not going to work. Yes, it does work.
there's very many variables, and it comes down to a certain science has to be achieved, but there's many ways to get to that point.
Right. And whatever way it takes for you to do it, and that. So what I was explaining, for somebody that's around that can take care of their plants on a daily basis all day long, it's real easy for them to keep their medium at a moist level, regardless if they're in organic or not. Even synthetic, you don't want your shit to go all the way dry, because if you do, you're going to have a problem getting your soil back to moist, without, you know what I mean? It's going to take.
That's why I got a dripper system on a timer.
Exactly. Yes.
Except for on the weekend when I went there, I realized that my hose exploded out the side, and I was wondering why it was so wet in my tent. And I started feeding, and it started shooting out. All my nutrients were shooting out the side of my hose. I was wondering why my plants were looking so dry for the last bit. I'm like, why is it so dry and it's so wet? I'm like, it should be enough. I'm like, okay, well, it's enough. And then, when I saw it feeding, I was wondering what the noise was. It's just shooting out the sides of my hose. So I'm like, yeah, in there, just like turning off everything, replace the hose, put it back on.
So here's my question: if I'm trying to get mine to time how much I have, how long it runs to feed so much. If I'm giving it 1.25 gallons, it's a 5-gallon pot. If I'm feeding it 1.25 gallons, how many times a day am I feeding it 1.25 gallons? Once, right?
Yeah, and if that depends on the size of the plant and the root ball and the dry back. I have deck plants that I feed that, and 3 days I'll have to give them some more water. I have a cannabis plant that will do that in 3 days. One will do it in 2 days. I got another one which is a massive plant in cocoa, which if it doesn't get water halfway through the day, it is angry by the fucking time.
Right.
So it needs it twice before. So it's like it all depends a lot on the size of the plant and also the root mass that's in there too, the demand that it has and the hydration. It's just gonna suck it up. So it's gonna be hard
to run multiple strains then, or what? I mean, it doesn't even matter the strain if you're saying the root, like.
You might get away with multiple cultivars, but you're not going to get away with multiple times a day. Not times a day. Like multiple stages of growth. Like if you have one that's like itty bitty plant, and then you got another one which is like
right
a week away from harvest, it's not going. It was not going to work. Not that way.
No, I understand that.
Unless you go flood and drain, unless you do like an ebb and flow table, which I don't know how well that's going to work with the way that with the space that you have, but you can have that and it just ebb and flow with all the cubes if you want rock wool.
Right. That would be nice to have, man. I'm in the basement. I can do it. I just got to figure out them. I don't like spending money, man. Them trays are expensive.
Right, but then that way you don't have to worry about feeding it and how much each one, because it would just flood. It will suck it up. It would drain it, and then it would just keep going all the time.
That is ideal, Matt, because I've seen it done in all these facilities, like the grow places we go to buy like they're doing it, man, and it's unreal. It's unreal.
Yeah. You get a lot of growth because of you have maximum oxygen to the root zone, because the cation exchange is 0. There's no cation exchange of rock wool.
Thank you, my baby. So yeah, and a lot of people are afraid. I don't know why they're afraid of the root zone getting air to them or light hitting them, because these guys are growing. There's nothing covering anything.
You want air to your root zone. Oxygen is one of the drivers of fucking plant growth.
Light. I'm sorry. I mean, more light.
You do not want CO2 in your root zone, so you want to be trying to. So if you're doing organics, I can understand trying to get a little bit of. You're trying to get a lot more air movement to get it out of the way of the roots as fast as you can, because you don't really want that. You can use that on the top side, but you don't want the roots.
Right. Well, in those trays, you don't use any medium at all, right? You just
those trays. You're in rock wall. You're in a 0 cation exchange. The only thing that's being fed is what's in that nutrient solution.
Right, and the roots are right on the light. Like the light's hitting the roots all day long, or for the 12 hours or whatever it's on. I was just saying, there's a lot of people that's like, oh no, if the light hits my root zone, it's bad. So
they'll just harden off on that part, and they'll just have that. Those get that You know,
Right.
like where you have the roots that come out of the medium sometimes, and then they look barky. They're not barky, but like they have that little layer on them.
Yeah, they harden up.
It will just do that to the top of the cube. I think I've never done it myself, so that's why I know the technique behind it. I just never personally done
Now
it.
the cubes they make covers for them because you'll get algae, and then it'll destroy the oxygen. It'll outcompete. The algae will take you down quick in Rockwell cubes.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys have them in the cubes in the middle of the trays, and they're completely open to the light. You know what I mean? Root, everything. And I do see the darker ones that are getting more light or get in the light more, because I'm sure you got to feed them more times a day, right? You got to run water in so many times an hour or so, maybe.
Like 10, 15 times a day, I think.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, Rockwells don't hold anything for moisture.
They have a 0 calorie exchange. They don't hold anything. It's just they're just holding the solution, and then it's gone.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool, man. I'd love to get a setup like that. I mean, if you're trying to grow easy, there's probably no easier way than that.
Well, there's too many fail points. That doesn't make it easy because
Well, your nutrients. I mean, if you dial your nutrients in,
That's what it's all about. You have to be dialed in. You got to make sure everything's precise.
Hey guys, what temperature do you cook your oven on? Because I know that I'm cooking mine.
what?
Only 420 around here.
Get out. This guy, he said, I'm cooking my oven at 420, bro.
Does it always come out perfect that way?
I'll take
it's the best temperature to get things nice and baked.
I'm sorry, I haven't even been reading it over here.
Yeah, shorter time frame.
Chat's telling.
That's awesome.
Smokey.
Here, I'm gonna go show what I got going on in my just in the 3x3. I already showed you guys the vegetable stuff last time.
Let's go.
I'm having breakfast for dinner. Bacon, eggs, and toast.
There you go. That's what's up.
Right?
Yeah.
I know I've been to
What's that?
Angel hair pasta with shrimp. Angel hair pasta.
Yeah, I heard good.
What's it called? Fettuccine Alfredo or some shit?
Sweetie Alf, yeah.
Fettuccine's the wider one.
Oh no, well then no, angel hair Alfredo then. I guess. With shrimp.
With the shrimp, of course.
Nice.
Oh,
with the shrimp. Chicken.
Levels. I took a picture of this car in front of me today.
There we go.
I'm still trying to find something. We went to car lot on Saturday, bro.
Yeah, look at that, man.
Did it happen?
You already got a nice canopy just sitting there.
This is the one that's gonna
I don't want to be pressured into nothing, but look at Matt, man. Matt's killing it.
Yeah.
That's going to the 2x4. Once the purple rhino gets harvested on the weekend and dries, that's where that one goes. That's the Frosty Treats.
So in about
she's
2 weeks.
Yeah, she's gonna be in there in about 2.5 weeks ish, and then so she got a little longer in here.
Nice. Oh, those are really looking good.
Yeah, this is the Tango Mangoes. They gotta move on pretty quick to little bigger pots because they're almost everyday water now.
Right. You don't know what they are yet still, right?
What's up?
Those were regs, right?
Yeah, these are regulars. So I'm just looking for 2 females.
Nice. They look like all of
and
them.
That's that one weird one that still hasn't grown much from these. So, and she hasn't rooted much either because I haven't given that any more solution yet. It's not really going away, so I don't know what's fucked up.
You'll say
Hopefully
it looks wet.
Those out of these 5. That's all I really care about. and then over here, that's the Wicked Genetics for the grow off, and that's the other one
Nice.
that's coming up now. So I got those two, the only two I started. So
Why not all three? Just saving the last one
well,
just
I
in
did
case.
start three. Honestly, I did start three, but I only had 2 in my little hydro cups, and I didn't want to go to the store to go buy another 60 hydro cups, so I decided to just do 2.
Got you.
So
Sometimes we can be lazy as hell, huh?
Well, I know it's 60 cents, dude. I didn't want to walk all the way down there. I was like,
Yeah, that's.
And I'm only keeping 1 anyways. It's not like I'm keeping all 3. So I'm like, well, that just made that first cut's right here.
Gotcha.
So
I
like
still
whatever being looked the saddest, the smallest being basically didn't go into the pods.
gotta go.
But yeah,
Gotta.
but she's pretty much ready. I just need to get that other plant out and this one in.
So Matt, you don't strip any leaves off prior to going in doing anything, right? That's growth from all the way from a seed.
Yeah. I sometimes when I'm in here and watering in the morning time and the cats go crazy, I'll sometimes grab one of the leaves off the bottom and give it to the cat just so it has something to chew on, so it won't go in there and start chewing on the rest of my plants.
Well, that don't count.
But so it's like 1 leaf every morning kind of thing. I'll take off the bottom, so it's like
Gotcha.
I don't really actually defoliate during veg, because during veg is when you're growing your leaves and your branches and you're trying to maximize that growth. Once you get into flowers, when I start taking off the excessive fan leaves, because like for example, where this light's coming down and hitting this leaf, only a maximum of 5% of the photons available are actually going to pass through this green leaf and hit this one. And then under this leaf, only another 5% of the remaining 5% will pass through, right? So if you have a whole bunch of leaves inside of a tent when you're flowering and you're not focusing on actually growing leaves and branches, you're trying to be on fluorescence, so like the flowers, it's not necessary to have that overlap. But you want to make sure you don't miss out on the photon capture. You want to make sure you maximize it. So I always make sure I have like 4. I like just like 4 or 5 leaves, kind of. Not dense, but like I want to make sure that I have enough to make sure I'm not missing capture, but not overdoing it by just making a place that would just be a microenvironment for high humidity and issues.
Right. Hey, so I'll tell you what, Matt, as you were explaining the light situation and how it goes through the leaves,
yeah,
the phone was showing exactly like the leaf under the top one was a little, like in the shadow, and then the one underneath of it was completely pitch black almost. Like wait till you watch the video back if you do. That was pretty slick. As you was explaining it, you could see it and you were pointing right at it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome that worked out that way. It's Bruce Bugby has a whole video on that. On the actual, I think it's available just on YouTube. It's not actually part of the course. So I don't know where to find that. He talks about that.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna get back to the. There we go.
What the hell? Cheers. Thank you, CC.
Nice.
Levels.
Oh yeah.
That's what you got? Oh, the license plate. All right, I see it. And
What the hell is that? We couldn't even read it at first.
damn. Oh, shit.
I can't say I've never seen one before.
Really? Those are the new ones. See, the old ones were like blue and they had the state and all that.
Where's it at? There you go. Big time.
Big time.
Nice.
I miss my motorcycle.
What up, ADHD?
Mine are still on my car.
No, that's for a motorcycle.
I know. Nice.
He said mine are still on my car. I'm still legal to drive.
Santa Claus?
Good deal. We had a lot of nice topics on there tonight, boys.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Good show. Really
I
was.
hope Mike figured something out. Like, he's been fucking stressed. I thought I was stressed out. He's been stressed out for a couple days, pretty bad over that.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking if he just like brings it back the intensity a little bit on the lights and just kind of dials back and just sees what it was like before he increased it, see if the difference is just in that increase, if there's something that it's doing. Because there's a lot of different parameters that increase when you do one thing. It's not just going to be the CO2. Light's going to be your top. Once light is maxed out, CO2. Once CO2 is maxed out, right? And then you move on to the next things, which are still, I think, either being looked at to see what is really the next thing, or I'm not sure what would be the.
When Wesley said something about the pressure of the AC putting pressure in the room, because we were trying to figure out how his walls was blowing out, and I'm like, well, there's got to be something loose. Something's got to be getting under it. You know, that's the only way. If they're getting blown out from inside, that means there's air getting under. And he went through all kinds of stuff and couldn't figure it out. But it's got to be the room itself, just the pressure in the room.
He's pulling. It's doing like a dual exchange out of that.
Right? Yeah. No, I can see that.
You know, the blower isn't just consuming like your AC in the window. It has like a vent for the outside and it's recirculating inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, same thing's happening.
Right. Yeah. And there's nowhere for the air to go in a sealed room.
Pretty much having like a 4 to 6 inch inline fan blowing your room out.
Right. Oh yeah. Yep. I had to help a guy. He had his fucking inline turned around backwards, trying to figure out why his tent kept blowing. Like, I'm like, because I couldn't understand it. He was like, man, my tent is just, it gets so fat. I don't know why it gets so fat. And I'm like, well, they're supposed to get fat. They're buds, or you know what I mean? I'm thinking he's talking about his buds. So finally I go over to his house, and here he's got his inline fan going the other way. And I think them fucking walls are just so pressed out so hard. Yeah. All the vents are closed. I'm like, you don't have any ventilation at all in this fucking thing.
It was humid. Was it humid in there?
It was definitely humid, yes. He didn't have a humidifier, you know what I mean, at all. And I think he was still about 76 at the time. 86 degrees in there, and like he wasn't cooling the room down or anything. It was crazy.
Hey, Region.
Hey, am I too late?
Ooh,
no, you're man. You're all good.
There's a fucking canopy. That's at Reved.
Yeah.
Look at that shit, guys. Yeah.
Whoa. Look at that. Great job, brother. Great fucking job. That's how you do a re-veg, y'all. Whole plant re-veg. Whole canopy re-veg. Leave a bud on every stick.
Not the whole thing.
No, he didn't. He missed one.
Try on there.
That thing's looking better. Wasn't there like you had a deficiency or something the last time you showed that?
No, this one's just been trucking along doing its own thing. This one just come out of the ground.
Nice.
This is Blue Sunset Sherbet. And this one's going to be Alien Treats.
Alien Treats.
This is the Black Amnesia Haze.
Yeah. That's the one you're taking cuts off, right?
Yeah, that's the one that you're going to get.
Yeah.
Looking a little thirsty, but it's because it didn't get its morning watering today. So this one's looking a tad thirsty, not too thirsty.
Nice.
That's what we like
this
to see. Right
smells like that sticky glue.
She's sucking up nice, dude.
It's got that same sugary smell.
Nice. Yeah, Cece was saying the other day it would be nice if we had smell-o-vision, man.
There you go. Now we're talking.
That was Cece's idea. Yes.
Now we're talking. Smell-o-vision through the screen. Let's go. Well, I'll be getting some awesome turds.
All right, my
Oh,
dinner's ready, boys. I got to get going.
Later,
really
Wes.
good night, man.
Good hanging out with you, brother.
See you,
as
Bubba.
well. Levels, Matt. Big
Have a
time.
great night, man. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, buddy.
We'll see if it all aligns like the stars.
Hell
Have,
yeah.
have a really good week, man.
You too, guys.
Those are good
Later,
numbers.
Put this in here
Everybody's
somewhere.
got one. Let's go.
You actually
Let's
got
go.
that for your license plate?
Yeah, I got this on my pickup truck.
That's awesome.
Oh, let's go. I like it.
Look at the
I
shit
bought-
we get started.
I bought her a Mustang last week, so I was thinking about getting short height spelled differently for her Mustang.
Let's go.
That's
Right?
awesome.
Yeah,
man.
you got to change it. They won't let the same tag.
Well,
That's
Yeah, this one has an I. I can just put a 1 at the end.
right. Oh yeah, yeah, it'd be the same thing.
I don't think there's too many people trying to buy the real plate short height, so
So there's nothing big enough to get a cut off of yet.
we're just got 5 leaves at this stage.
Gotcha.
Like, it's just starting to be normalized. So I'm probably gonna wait another 2 weeks and wait till I don't know about yay high, another 6-8 inches, and I'll take clones off of that.
It's very nice.
When you get 7 leaves,
Well, if the plant had genetics for 7 leaves, it would, but it doesn't.
oh,
It's a 5 leafer.
got you.
That
So
shit
you
looks
see-
good, man.
You can see the old buds are starting to dry out and wither, and
How much you
Well-
think you left on that plant? How much weight do you think you left on that plant?
chunks are falling off all over. Well, I don't know, half pound maybe. I still haven't weighed the original colas, so
I can't wait to have your problem.
well, it's not really a problem.
I love the laugh afterwards, too.
Well, we've decided we're going with smaller plants from now on. Like we dropped the 5x5 to a 4x4, and we're probably going to drop this 4x4 that this one's in down to a 3x3.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like you do get more off a bigger plant, but the veg time, we're thinking we're going to get better variety over the years if we do them a little bit smaller.
Yes.
Like this size here, it'll probably be our normal size plant from here out. Just a 3x3.
So-
You get a really good overall size plant in a 3x3. Oh, thank you, gardening. You're so awesome, brother.
No shit.
Thank you.
That's my dude.
We'll keep this 4x4 for vegging and storing camera equipment in when we're not,
Very nice.
bags of weed everywhere. Getting low.
Get out of here.
It's only four trays. That's kind of low for us.
You got a Matt status going on. That's Matt's status.
I seen all the
The thing is he won't go through. He'll still have that. He still has
Right.
a priority at his house.
Like this stuff here is over a year old now. Like this is 18 months old.
What?
Yeah. No,
What?
he has awesome variety, dude. No, he's good patience.
Oh my god.
I'll grow 3.5 pounds and smoke it in 2 fucking months.
This is from 04,
Right, no
25,
shit.
23. That is the mother of this one.
Oh my god. Very nice, man. I can't wait to have your problem. That is what I'm looking forward.
Well, there's
I
only
promise.
2 of us smoking it, and we don't sell. We don't, we give pounds away every year, but we don't really sell any
Right,
weed.
I don't.
So it's just the 2 of us smoking. It takes it. On that harvest, we got 6 pounds, right? Off of four different plants.
That's badass, man. That is fucking awesome.
My first
Yep.
plant this year was 2 pounds. Everything
think
else
I
has
had-
been under a pound since, but
CC, he's only growing. He can only grow 4 plants. He's getting all this from 4 plants. It's not really not that many. That's what I mean. It's like it's not too many plants. Anybody can do it. You just gotta get the tents and the equipment in order.
well, we didn't buy this all at once. It was over time.
It's a hobby.
Yeah.
It's a hobby. Treat it like a hobby.
Out of our original tents, this is the only one that's left. We've gotten rid of a 5x5 and a 4x4. And now we got 2 4x4s and 2 3x3s, and soon this one, even though it's brand new, only been used 2 months? No, less than a year. Like this is the one that we did set up live on your show that night. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
That wasn't that long ago, was it?
So that kind of sucks.
Probably
You're gonna
only
do-
like 4 months, I think. It's probably
Yeah.
not that long.
It's only had 2 runs on it, eh?
So you're going to do away with the light too, because you're not going to be able to put that light in a 3x3, right?
Yes, you can.
Oh, you can.
Not that light. This light here is this one.
Yeah, that looks huge.
This is 650 watt, and it just tucks in nicely into a 4x4.
Right. Yeah. So it's not going in a 3x3 at all.
But in this 4x4, I got the 480,
Nice.
which is
in a
the
3x3.
exact same light that's in this 3x3.
Right.
All right,
Yep.
all right.
Nice. Very nice.
So, It's
and
very
how many
snug.
grows do you have there? How many grows do you have in that tent with that light?
This one?
Yeah. Is this your first one in that tent?
No, this will be the 3rd flower in this tent.
So what are you getting out of that tent? Are you getting 2 pounds out of that?
Oh, no. No, well, not yet. If you had the right genetics, there's a lot to do with genetics when you talk about poundages, right?
Right. Right.
Because we've had a plant that didn't look really impressive size-wise. It was much smaller, but it would outweigh the other one by double.
Because of the density. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'd say the last thing that was over a pound was in this tent under this light, which is the same light as that. And this one was 1,000 grams.
What's that unicorn?
And that's a 400 and what watt?
480 watt light gave me just over 1,000 grams.
So that's fucking
Just over 2 pounds.
That's running your tent perfect almost. You're getting 2 grams a watt. That's good. That's a good run. Very nice.
It's genetics. Genetics decide the weight, though, right? You can make a big, nice plant, and then the weight's just never going to be there because it's not in the genetics to be a dense, tight nug.
Right.
Which one was that? Was that dead unicorn?
In this one, yeah, that was the dead unicorn. What do you get off yours in the 4x8? 1,500? 1,600?
16.
Yeah.
1,600 grams, but he had more wattage though, right, Matt?
Yeah, no.
No.
They did better overall than I did.
Well, I wouldn't know better. It's just different, right?
Yeah.
Different genetics, right?
No, exact same kind. I sent them the clones and we ran them side by side.
No shit.
Like Matt's tested much higher on THC on this run, but very similar to my run before that. And like I had a lot higher terps and more poundage, but the difference was negligible when you put it in the joint and smoked it.
Gotcha.
I think we just got to see 2 plants doing differently in different surroundings, and that's all I was looking for, to see how it handles different environments.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Next time we grow the dead unicorn, it's going to go in this 3x3 over here. But it's going to be under the same light that it was in this tent as. And I'm going to see if I can get 2 pounds off it in the 3x3.
Okay.
Because I got 1 pound off in the 3x3 and it only had 18 colas when I grew it in this tent
What?
under a 300 watt light. Like this one's only a 300 water.
Wow.
Very nice.
But it fits a 3x3 nicely and it doesn't get hot. If anything, I would drop the 480 watt out of this and replace it with a 300 just for power savings because I know it's performed well in a 3x3 environment already.
Right. Right.
I think it's less about wattage and more about your coverage.
Yeah, it's canopy coverage. That's why when everybody asks like what the recommendation for lights, I'll always say go for like even the oversized
Wrong tent. Like I'm running at less than 60% in this tent. That's the 480 watts, but it's so at 60%, I'm giving it under 300, right?
Oh, way under.
Yeah. Oversize your light, run it less. Your light's gonna last longer too, dude. That light won't die very quickly if you're only running it at that.
Right. Next week the UVB light gets installed in here. Take it out of this tent, this unit, and it'll go into this tent for the last couple of weeks of flower.
Do you feel that it definitely helps that run the UV with it?
Initial results say yes.
Okay.
But I got more years of testing, running same plants without different environments. I can't
well, keep in mind, if you ever want some help, keep in mind, man, me and Mr. Trichomes will definitely be willing to help.
I think you guys got a border between us, though.
Come on now.
Oh, here it is.
The difference is
I thought I lost it.
Nice. I ain't got no slap mat. How much that cost me?
It's free. It's free.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
Send me an email.
I'm just
it's free. I got American Stem.
There's the lockers.
I'd love to have them. Yeah, this guy's got fucking just slaps everywhere.
We used to have all like in the wintertime when this room gets cool, this will become the #1 storage for the weed.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier.
Nice.
But in summertime, it sits by the AC.
Good deal. Yeah, I got like
see all these empty jars? They shouldn't be empty. So that's what? 4 trays of empty jars. That's 24 jars. That's
not acceptable, huh?
Minimum of 48 ounces we should have that we currently don't. Even though we don't smoke a whole bunch, we like to have it.
You don't know what I'm talking about, Mr. Trichomes? I said we were willing to help test some of these genetics these guys are trying to run.
There we go. There's the ordinance.
There's not very many people running organic. Be nice to see some of that shit in organic, right?
That's how heat grows.
Oh, is that how Shore High grows?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go. See, he said no doubt. He definitely would. That's what we've been waiting to see there, but jeez. I don't know. Levels is right there with you, buddy. Levels got a very beautiful porch, man.
Oh yeah, he's killing it. Though. They're always looking good over there.
And this was all previously soil from your cannabis grows, right?
I'd say solid 80% of it.
Nice.
Nice.
Now, do you?
This little fucker just won't stop making tomatoes, man. Like it's
Damn.
outproduced the entire garden already.
Every year it's like that over there.
There you go. You
Sunflower.
almost got your wall up. You almost got your wall up.
I'm in a little short over here, but the exact same sunflowers that were planted over there have come up
There's the corn.
2 feet taller when they were in the corn.
Huh.
Nice. That's doing well.
Yeah, that's bizarre, eh? Like I can't reach the top of these.
Right.
That is awesome, man.
Everything's taken off.
If you go to the grocery store, you definitely are not buying vegetables.
Oh yeah, we don't. Well, the only vegetables we're growing this year is carrots.
Oh, you don't
Nice.
have
There you go.
no
We've
cucumber.
done potatoes and stuff before, but we just found the length of time and the investment and work we had to do. It was just easier to buy some stuff. Like without an actual dirt garden and the soil, the space you need to produce the amount you need to produce.
Right.
Right, for sure.
This one here, that's the coolest thing in my garden right now.
You said it just came out of nowhere, didn't you?
Well, it's a peanut.
Oh yeah. And it's been in
Have you
there
seen
for
it?
a while.
It's been in there for years. I watched it roll around in the soil.
Really?
Nice.
That's awesome.
Look how nice that fucking leaf is.
That's
What is
tobacco. Tobacco.
Oh, is it?
Really?
I can roll my blunts in that.
And that's all the tobacco plants. Like we got probably 15 of them came up this year. They're all volunteer. Didn't plant a single one of them, and they're doing better than they did in the pot last year.
Nice.
shit. See, I
They're
was told.
pretty
That's
cool when they
awesome.
go into flower.
Great job.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I can roll a big fat blunt out of one of them, buddy. Hell yeah.
Those are nice.
Send me one of those. I promise. I'll roll it up and smoke it right here on live.
I'm not sure I should study you up on how to make it from this into something I can use. We tried just snipping one last year and let it hang. Within 3 days, it was brittle and turned into, what you would expect from a leaf.
Right.
There must be some sort of special curing technique.
Gotcha. Yeah, to keep it where it doesn't get brittle. Yeah, I don't mess with those, boy. Leave. No.
These are all sweet peppers. I don't grow the spicy ones.
Are they? See,
Yeah.
I'm scared. Peppers, period. People like to fucking try to trick you on it. It's sweet. Try it.
Oh no, we know they're sweet.
AG said, what was that leaf? It was a tobacco leaf, AG.
All the lilies have lost their flowers for the year.
They only come up once. I can't remember.
Yeah, they usually die off beginning of August.
Gotcha.
But they're one of the first things to flower.
Right. And then you got just that with a bunch
Yeah,
of dead
for the rest-
heads.
For the rest of the year, you just got what looks like a weed plant.
Yep. Yep.
Looks like little tiny colas in there everywhere.
Never even thought of it that way. Yeah. The front of my yard looks like it right about that. Well, no, not yet.
One of these fell down, or two of them fell down, and now we have a basket of them. They're no longer hanging. Oh, the adventure she gets out to in here. I'm just a bystander out here. I mix the soil in the beginning of the year. I put it in pots and I move it around to where she wants it, and then I sit back and relax all summer.
Right. Beautiful, man. At nighttime, I know it's so nice. You got it lit up and shit.
I like how much it's grown in the last, like the last 2 weeks. You've had a massive amount of growth just from the summer.
Nice. Yeah, with pit fire. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice.
It's good to chill. Well, in a couple of weeks, I become an official senior citizen. I can't wait to get to go to Denny's and order off the old guide menu.
Get the hell out of here.
I've been waiting that for a lot of years.
I've had gray hair for a while. I get away with it sometimes, depending on where I'm at.
15 years ago, someone asked me for my ID at the theater, and I was like, why do you need to see my ID? I'm bringing my kids to a movie. Oh, for the seniors discount. I was flabbergasted. I was only 40, you know?
Nice.
Always that time lag, eh? Between StreamYard and the actual broadcast.
Yeah. That's why you have to mute your screen when you're in StreamYard, or you'll have an echo.
Oh, she ran out of lighters the other day, and I got sick of walking.
Nice.
Where did you go? Did you go to the store and just ask them how much they cost for the flat?
Yeah, I just bought the whole thing. Pulled it off the shelf. They counted how many was in there, and that's what I got.
Damn.
I don't got to go for a while.
I was wondering how you got the whole display case with it too.
I've done it too, yeah. Look at this guy.
Okay. Those are my daily drivers.
Nice.
Starting to get empty, some of them. And the wife has a similar setup upstairs, but she's got much fancier jars than me.
See, bedazzled hers, huh?
No, just a fancier jar, say. Let me show you her little setup. She's also looking understocked, missing jars.
Oh, nice. She's got the.
Hell yeah. That's what my girl's going to have looking like. I can see it already. Very nice. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
I'll make sure. I'll make sure you get some Bevitas. By the way.
Hi, Mama.
In September.
When you come, then.
Yeah, I'll make sure that we get you some Bevitas. Yeah.
Well, we have them here, but she prefers her weed not to be in the 50s.
No, we'll get you some 62 Bevitas.
No, that's too damp for her liking.
Oh, then we'll get you some 58s.
Those 58s would probably be the better ones.
Oh, yeah, we can get you some 58s. We can get you 48s if you want too. There's all different kinds.
Let's see. Just jars everywhere.
48 is you don't want to go that dry.
Look at this fucking guy. He can't walk nowhere in his house without picking up a jar or something.
Yeah, sometimes the 58s are a little nicer for.
Well, it depends on your style of smoking, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to be twisting and rolling joints, if you got it over 60, even the high 50s, it's sticky and gummy, right?
Yeah, that's exactly why I like to. I got 58s and 62s.
I mean, it's great if you're putting it in a pipe, if you're doing something different, but if you're rolling a joint like she does, she wants it a little drier.
Yeah.
Quite often, she will pull a bud out the night before and roll it in the morning.
CC said, is there a jar in the bathroom?
Negative. No bathroom jars. This flower is so pretty.
It must be Mama AJ said she'll break glass jars. She don't mess with glass jars.
Well, get carpet.
Right, yeah. Very nice. You guys,
rug.
There you go. There you go. I'll tell you what, between you and Levels and Matt, honestly, man, I'm definitely going to, and Mr. Trichomes, his wife does a lot of plants inside. The shit is beautiful. I'm definitely going to try. I just really never tried before. I think I could do it if I really wanted to.
I'm going to throw my broccoli and my cauliflower outside. It's way too hot for them inside. They're growing. They're once they start actually producing the stuff, it's not gonna be very nice.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna get them outside and maybe grow like zucchini and melon inside. I'm gonna try something different.
Well, no, I mean more of the floral than anything. You know what I mean? Like that. Those things are just nice. I can see myself having that shit all around everywhere. I mean, it's producing CO2, right?
Yeah.
So you know that last week I showed you these little tiny flowers.
Nice.
Oh, they are
And
coming. That's
They're
really
coming off
cool.
of that plant way over there.
That thing's stretching. Nice and
Yeah,
stretching.
it's still doing it. Nice. Hey, I got a new cactus region, or
What's it called?
yeah. I have to look it up, but it's the only cactus I ever seen or had that blooms, closes, and then blooms again, and then closes and blooms again.
What do you mean? Like it's constantly flowers?
You know, my white ones with it's not so much like a neck like that, but it comes off at the top of the cactus, but it opens up, and usually they close up during like the day and they die. Well, this one closes up and comes back open the next day. It closes up again and comes back open the next day. I think it does it for a couple days and dies off. I haven't looked at it today.
This one's starting to flower.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That was a cutting.
No, these are the orchids you can get for $4.99 at Home Depot.
You'll say I tattoo those a lot. I've never grown them, but I put tattoos on people a lot of orchids.
Yeah, I gotta get some too.
Here's the $4 orchid. There's the $60 orchid after 2 years. Refuses to die, but refuses to do anything.
Isn't that something else?
Let's see. This is from Darling. They're very durable. They're growing in ocean forest.
Along with everything else.
Well, yeah, I used the ocean forest back in the day, but when orchids are supposed to have in clay balls and only mist them and do whatever. But I'm of the mind if it can't survive in what I do to it, it can't live here.
Right? I like to hear.
So we just stuck them in the soil like we would stick any plant in soil, and they haven't died in 2 years. So
Nice.
Looking good, Ray June.
Thanks, Level.
Looking really good over there, brother. Y'all doing a great job. That porch looks amazing. I gotta call y'all. I gotta get up early, and I've had such a long day today.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm gonna be ending it here pretty quick.
Awesome.
Anyways,
Yeah.
as soon as Region's done.
Oh, I'm done.
Yeah, Matt.
My arms are getting tired.
Oh, are they? Yeah. No. Okay. Sounds good. No, I was just waiting
I'm
for you
getting
to
touch
finish
with you,
going.
Matt. Good hanging out with you, brother.
Have a great one, everybody. Have a
Always.
fantastic night.
Big
And,
time.
Yes, sir.
Maine said there was going to be a live on Friday, so stay tuned for that. And then I believe everybody has got the regulars. I think you have yours. So.
Thursday, you know it. See y'all Thursday, Friday. Check out Maze.